European leaders are gathering for a pivotal summit in Brussels to decide whether the EU will be loaning tens of billions of euros in frozen Russian assets to Ukraine. Some members firmly oppose the move, but without these funds, Kyiv's pocket is likely to run dry in a matter of months. European Commission Chief Ursula von der Leyen said leaders are not stepping out of the summit without a financing plan for Ukraine. Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk urges the bloc to make, I quote, a simple choice: money today or blood tomorrow. And covering this story for CNA, Will Denselow joins us live from Brussels. Now, Will, what is the pushback the EU leaders are facing against using frozen Russian assets? And what's on the line for Ukraine without these funds?
Well, when it comes to those that are hesitant about such a move, there is the question of precedent and the legality of such a move. Essentially, what this could mean when it comes to countries being financially and legally liable should these frozen Russian assets need to be paid back in the future. That is a major reason why Belgium is one of the most significant holdouts so far here in Brussels and here at this summit. The reason is that the majority of those frozen Russian assets reside here in this country, in clearinghouses here in Belgium. And we've already heard from Moscow saying that this is an illegal move. They've already, just in recent days, made moves to sue the clearinghouse Euroclear to the tune of around $230 billion because of these, the potential of these asset freeze usage by Europe. When it comes to the implications, well, we've heard from Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky making the point very clear in a social media address, essentially saying that the decisions made by European capitals will dictate whether or not Moscow decides to continue with its war of aggression into next year. When it comes to the chances of getting a deal done, Kai Kallas, the EU's top diplomat and foreign affairs chief, says as things stand, chances stand at 50-50.
Now, Will, we also know that Ukraine's negotiators are meeting a US delegation tomorrow. How could the outcome of today's summit then affect the ongoing peace talks?
Of course, we've heard from Donald Tusk, as you rightly mentioned, Poland's prime minister, saying money today or blood tomorrow, really making the point very clear indeed that the ramifications of whether using these frozen Russian assets could have huge impacts for Ukraine's stance, both on the battlefield and at the negotiating table. A message from from Kyiv's allies here in Europe is that as these peace talks progress, Ukraine must do so from a stronger position, a position of strength. So having the financial backing is seen as absolutely crucial. That is why the likes of Ursula von der Leyen say they will not leave these talks unless a deal is done. And of course, let's not forget the implications that just recent days, Donald Trump, the US president, described European leaders as weak. Many at the European Council behind me will certainly be hoping that a deal can be done, and that will help prove the US president wrong.
Will, thank you so much for bringing us the latest. That was Will Denselow covering this story for CNA in Brussels.